Hey everybody, welcome to Children of Rath. You computer?
Also, I'll count us down. Just starts.
I did a finger count. Anyway, it's D&D meets Magic the Gathering. We're Dominaria. If you're not familiar with it, learn about it, goddammit. It's Magic the Gathering world. Stop making noise. Just I knocked you accidentally when I was trying to come back up here quickly. Behave yourself. God damn it.
Computer go burr.
Computer go burr annoyingly.
You better fix that coin.
What coin?
Isn't like the vibration caused because of a coin or something? Or it's fixed because you have like a coin bound somewhere or something? I don't remember.
It's technically there's a wire which tries to hit one of the fans, and if you angle it right, it gets it stuck not near the fan, and then it tries to like hit it again. Anyway, that's enough distraction of like weird computer noises and annoyances on my end. Let's talk gameplay. So when we last left off, a horrible monstrosity visited Carrie's home village. It went grr, snarl, snarl, tried to eat her, spit acid on her, you know, the usual things, and then like, you know, it just kind of left. Probably less.
A few times.
Yeah, probably more on the lines of like, you know, big old predator, and this is like just annoying rather than, you know, like worth it to try to like fight something. So it wandered off back to its home. The team split up. 3 of you went to check out its lair. Good old Claude went down into its lair, saw some shit, and he's on his way out. Theoretically alive. But that's not where we're going to be today, to start out with. No, we're switching back to the village, where Kaz, Carrie, and Maxwell are having village-based adventures. That sounds so boring. Let's see how exciting they can make it.
Not at all.
Uh-huh. Alright, Kaz.
I remember how we were organizing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what specifically we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Are we setting up weapons or anything?
So Kaz is working with armaments, but Kaz is bad at telling people what to do, so Maxwell was going to help Kaz out with that. And Carrion was going to help, like, train up the guard a little bit so that they're more competent.
Ooh, smart.
Okay.
So I'm the motivational speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Pretty much, you're the motivational speaker.
So, let's start with...
Just hella...
We'll start with Carrie. Carrie, what are you going to do to, like, put these guards into tip-top shape?
Mostly probably run them through drills and that sort of thing. Make sure, like, they at least know what fucking end of the sword to hold.
I mean, they're probably fairly confident at that. At least the...
Okay, good. They know how to hold a sword. Do they know how to swing it?
Well, let's find out. I'm gonna roll a d20 here. You're gonna get a volunteer. He's like, I'll show you a thing or two. Hoo-ha! Oh, he swings it pretty decently. Ha! See? We know a thing or two. Big city folk coming in and trying to show off some things to us. Ha ha ha.
I'm going to disarm him.
Uh-huh.
And kick him to the ground and step on his chest.
Okay. You probably can do that. We'll just go along with that. You know, just the...
I have a +8 to my athletics. I hope I can.
he's like, fuck.
I'm gonna try and run them through some drills, figure out what needs improving, which is probably less their less their mechanics and more their tactics.
When you knock him down, he'll kind of like look at you and go like, oh, so you like being on top?
Oh god, I hate this dude already. I'm gonna just...
Send him off to do something else.
No, he gets to be my dummy while I demonstrate certain things. So he's gonna get beat the fuck up.
But it's good old Rick. Rick, who was kind of a douche from your childhood. He still is.
Rick the Dick.
Yep.
Thanks, Fish.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
About dying there. But yeah, kind of just figure out what needs improving and do my best to help them improve in the short span of time that I have.
Mm-hmm. They seem to be okay at swords, slightly better with bows. They certainly have seen more trainer because they are more hunters than anything. Most of them are technically hunters who have now been kind of put into the actual town guard. The full town guard was technically like your brother, the elder member of the town guard, and then like 3 others that were like people that did work around the town and could also volunteer time to town guard. So that's the normal town guard. Then they've like recruited like a dozen hunters who basically have lost their jobs from, like, they really can't go hunting very deep into the forest because of a giant monster. So they have expanded their numbers recently. It's just,
So focus on melee because they're already pretty solid with bows, and then focus more on working as a cohesive group, since I'm guessing most of them were solitary hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
Trying to get them to work as a team rather than... Which is a weird thing for Carrie to say, but she does know how to work with a team. She just does it sometimes.
Biff and Cliff will do like chest bumps whenever they get their arrows correct. Yeah, that's an awesome team grouping! Ah!
Are they twins?
Yes.
Yeah. As a twin herself, Carrie understands.
You see that? We're awesome!
Sure.
We're all gonna die.
Are we sure we should be trying to fight it? I think we should just, maybe if we try to communicate with it. He shoots an arrow and it kind of flies really badly, Look, I'm sorry. My father said I should join, and I'm not really happy about this.
Then leave.
Somehow,
we don't need dead weight.
I can't. You wouldn't allow me.
This is just Carrie in this moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
We're
just
off doing other stuff.
Yeah, right. Playing bingo on the side.
Then stay in the back, and don't fire arrows, because I'm more afraid you're going to hit one of your comrades than the monster itself, which is weird because the monster's giant.
That's, Rowdy, the youngest son of the captain of the guards. Mm-hmm.
Bad at what he does, though.
He's bad at what he does, so stay in the back and don't fucking fire arrows.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to sword fight a little bit too. Look, Miss Carrie, I stabbed it.
Can I just glare intimidatingly and roll an intimidation check?
Sure.
Thanks. Carrie is surprisingly intimidating.
Alright, I won't bother you. You're teaching everybody. It's fine.
Oh, Jesus.
As I said, we're all gonna die, which is why I'm very glad Kb'brian has a plan.
Somewhat.
Hey, that's better than what we usually got.
It's true.
You think we could pile drive the beast?
No.
No,
But
I don't mean
spirit.
I don't mean we actually pile drive it with grabbing it. What if we make a big thing that falls from the trees and pile drives it to the ground like one of our massive biceps?
It's not a terrible plan.
It's not a bad plan, and I like your spirit.
You hear
But
that,
we're gonna
Cliff?
leave that
We're awesome!
to the
It's like chest bump again.
we're gonna leave the planning to the goblin. I'm just gonna teach you how not to die to the giant snake lizard thing.
Sounds great!
As someone who has recently been swallowed and spit out by it, I think I'm most qualified for the job.
These muscles are too big to digest.
I'll be sure to write that on your epitaph.
I mean, I have something else that's too big to digest, if you know what I mean.
My fucking god.
I think Rick should be on the front line.
Yeah, he's gonna be on the front lines, and also, I'm gonna teach everyone a maneuver that involves me punching this dude in the dick.
You could just choke slam him, make it easy.
No. I need to punch him in the dick. Assert dominance. Says Berlowski.
But maybe he's into it.
Miss Carrie, are we going to
What?
know how to use that on a giant snake monster?
No, but you might need to use it on Rick every once in a while.
Meanwhile, Kazarin, what are you doing?
Meanwhile, Catherine.
Okay. The defenses of the town are not great. It's a wooden wall.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing that we need to do is get the wood soaked even in just water to help fireproof it and prevent it from sparking from any spell damage, which is, I mean, pretty easy. It's just soak it in water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have good fireproofing that we can do quickly. I mean, do we have a time frame?
You have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
The problem is you don't know you don't know if it's going to come back tomorrow night, if it's going to hunt somewhere else. You don't know what it's going to do.
True.
You know it hunts in the forest, and that's about it.
So, I am largely reinforcing the wood closest, the wall closest to the forest that we know it emerges from.
Okay.
Then, I'm gonna have a fuck ton of explosives and traps set out.
Okay.
Just so many goddamn lethal fucking tripwires.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing that I have all that oil.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. I will be doing a lot of that. I'm looking at my spell list. There are other artificers that are made for defensive things. I'm made for attacking. But I'm going to mostly focus on construction for the moment. Which is, again, shoring up this wall. And also the buildings inside. Oh, I remember what one of the things I wanted to do was. I wanted a better torch material.
Okay.
The torches that they have now are put out, really easily by this fog, by this mist.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing, with this town being as close as it is to, the forest, it's largely just, sap oil torches.
Probably.
Which is not... That's not very, stable in a fog. I'm guessing, especially a super dense fog like that was.
No.
So something that burns a little harder. Probably an animal fat would be able to if not burn harder, burn more consistently. Don't ask why I know so much about fire and how to start it.
Mm-hmm.
So largely animal fats to supplement the fire from the sap. Also, is there fungus in the forest?
Probably.
Okay. There's a trick you can do with fungus, with kinds of fungus where you just cut off the head and you light a small fire inside of it, then you just wrap it up in cloth and poke some holes in it, it will stay on fire in the thing without like burning you, and you can light it very easily and it'll burn consistently. So I'm going to make sure we have enough of that, just so that if the fog rolls in again, we'll be able to still have some light.
Roll a knowledge nature on that one to see if there's a local type of fungus.
Will do.
Sure, you think there's some fungus that would have some properties like that?
Excellent.
You know,
Yeah.
send someone out with survival. You can either rely on your generic dudes. You can rely on yourself, Carrie, or Maxwell, or generic dudes.
There's got to be like hunters in this village, right?
Mm-hmm. They're generic hunters, though.
Yeah, I'll go for a generic hunter because Carrie's dealing with Rick. And
He'll come back with a little bit, but not a lot of them. He'll just be like, I don't think there's a lot of them growing this time of year.
that's fair. I just need enough to maintain, like, to have ready.
He came up with like 4 good clumps of them.
4 good clumps of them. That should work.
Okay. As for animal fat, they might have enough for like. They don't have a huge supply of animal fat at this time of year.
Would there be enough for a single bonfire?
Probably enough for a single bonfire if you're like just coating it in the stuff. Yes.
Yeah, so we'll go for a single bonfire, and I am stealing this, admittedly, from National Treasure.
Mm-hmm.
I would like troughs that I can then pour my oil in,
Mm-hmm.
so that if we need it, the fire can then spread along.
Well, if you want to get people to work for you and you want to explain this all, you're gonna have to then like first, I guess roll a Tinker's Tools check for you, and then Maxwell, if you're gonna help him out, I need you to make a persuasion. Is my brain working right now?
Can I inspire him at all for this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I do that.
Okay.
We didn't sleep since last time we fought the snake, right?
No, we did.
Ooh, even better.
Mhm.
Okay. You said persuasion?
You'll have to roll persuasion.
Advantage or no?
Nope. It's just you are basically like, the Tinker's Tools is how. Okay, so you're expressing what Kazern wants very well and being very convincing to the people to help out. And Kaz is coming up with really good ideas too.
What's your inspiration die? Is it a D6 or a D8?
I think at this point it's a D8 because I'm high enough level for it.
Cool. Okay, so that's a 31.
Ooh.
So between the two of you, on the pretty much like I'd say, you figure that the most likely areas it's going to come from, if it does come to the village, is within like 100 radius arc, you know. So it's still a pretty big area. Within that area, you like do your reinforcements. Shore up some of the pieces of the wall, add some more logs in, maybe like put some like braces in certain places to make sure it keeps up.
Big pointy sticks, just some big fucking pointy sticks.
Yeah, maybe even like put like some like defensive like just pointy sticks pointing out from the wall on the other side, almost kind of like making it like have that kind of like. It's probably not going to dissuade anything particularly small, but large things it might dissuade. How are you setting up the oil trough system? Are you doing it like at the edge of the wall? Because as I previously described, it's just a wooden wall, and then what it is it's effectively like small, like those like hunter towers. They've been set up on the inside where people can watch, so they're not even attached to the actual walls. They're like right on the inside of the walls, looking out. So, like, there is definitely, like, a lot of space between, like, people that are just watching from these places, too.
I will have it first at the top of the tower,
Mm-hmm.
and then moving down throughout, starting, like, it's centered in that center of, like, the 100 radius arc.
Yeah.
And then have the, essentially the bonfire ready to be lit there with the oil moving out. So that if the fog appears, we can spread it out from where we believe the center of the fog should be close to.
Okay. Alright, so you'll kind of build all this stuff together, kind of set it up, reinforcing that area, while Carrie gives some basic training to, the ragtag rabble of hunters and soldiers that are effectively the defensive measures of this town. And ragtag is certainly words. While Maxwell, effectively translates Kaz speak into, actual, orders and instructions to people.
Kaz speak.
It's very technical about combustion point and proper reinforcement.
Put some
You
stuff
just,
there to
tell
make
them-
it stronger. You're just
You're like, okay, you need to just do this part.
So as you're all doing this, we switch back to Claude.
I'm alive!
You're climbing out. When you first get out, the kind of hole you climbed down to before, you do not see any sign of a Wintress or Nim. Everything seems quiet.
Oh, fuck. I will spider into one of the trees and try to get a view around and see if I can see them anywhere. Want me to roll perception?
There's a weird creature up here that has very obviously noticed you and is making a lot of noise.
Is it a possum?
No. It looks like a little, bipedal mushroom.
I didn't know we were playing Pokemon.
I was waiting for it to say eat me.
It's not just one
just kind of,
toadstool too. It's it's got one cap on top, and it's got little side caps as if it's got the growth on the side of it. And the thing is only maybe the size of I'd say if you're thinking a small creature, the size of Kaz. It's pretty small.
That's pretty large for a mushroom.
Yes. Okay. I will say it's pretty large for a mushroom. Yes.
I mean, we got Toad over here hanging out. Mutated Toad hanging out with me in a tree.
It's
I'm just
kind
gonna
of hop around in the tree for a while, swinging its arms, and then you'll notice there seems to be movement nearby in the forest of something else kind of hopping around, swinging its arms.
Is
I'm
he,
gonna make a
about,
perception check.
Sure.
is he about to get kidnapped by mushroom people?
I'm also a freaking shadow monster still.
Yes.
That doesn't stop you from being kidnapped by mushroom people, apparently.
I see nothing.
No, you see nothing, unfortunately.
I don't want to be yelling for these people because creature nearby
Mm-hmm.
in pit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at the mushroom guy. Do you speak?
I love this thing.
The thing doesn't have a face is the problem. So you're looking at it and
What's making noise from somewhere?
it's just kind of making noise though. As if it kind of almost squeaks and makes noise as it moves a little bit.
I'm gonna go higher up in the tree.
Okay.
See if I can get any better vantage point. And away from creepy mushroom dancing dude.
Okay. Sure. The thing is, as I said before, this is a small mount, which almost the center of it's breaking down into the hole. So it kind of breaks from the forest quite easily. It's not it's not like some of the insane forests you've seen before, but it's still pretty dense woods in this area. So like from the upper branches, even from like the top of the trees, you can't really get a good sight of it.
Thanks, guys, for leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go back down to the ground then.
Sure. Wintress, give me a perception check.
I was gonna say I'll make a survival check to see if I can track.
Oh no,
them.
it kicked me out the game when I tried to roll a perception check. Oh no!
Oh.
How could this have happened to me?
Says you're still in the game for me, but they're so like doing little weird things. Okay.
Can I make a survival to try and track them?
What's in?
Another mushroom.
No, it's the mushroom that's up in the tree, still making noise at you. Make another perception check.
There we go.
Something is moving within the green.
I saw something with waving its
No.
arms in the green that it was waving. at.
Before it was something small. Something large is moving within the green.
Like normal large, like medium large, or large large.
Like large, or larger. You're not sure how big.
I'm still going to try to make a survival check and see if I can find their freaking footprints.
Sure.
I'm keeping an ear out for them, whatever the large thing is. Oh God.
Okay. The large thing continues to move straight towards you.
I'm going to go back up in the tree.
Okay. Hop, 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 hop. Emerging from the edge of the forest is a massive, what looks to be tangle of briar in man-shaped forms, with massive arms and legs covered in thousands of, like, thorns that look to be the size of small daggers.
Spiky.
Does it seem to be trying to climb the tree?
The mushroom thing seems to be, you're guessing, pointing you out?
Can I, like, kick it off the tree?
I mean, you could try to attack it.
Things are annoying.
Mhm.
You know what?
Just being friendly.
Eldrick's blasting the damn thing.
Okay. Go ahead and make the attack roll.
God damn it!
Oh, you miss it. The thing down below responds in kind by launching a volley of spikes at you, of thorns.
Of course.
Uh-oh.
What's your AC?
Adios.
16.
Ooh. Okay. Let's see here. Oop. You'll take 12 damage as thorns kind of like stab into you. Like, it just reaches an arm out, and you can see those, like, knife, like, scythe thorns just, like, launch out from its body at you. You'll also see that they will tear through branches in the tree, so why don't you make me make me a dexterity save, just to, like, avoid falling branches or branches, like, that are your branch. I wasn't gonna make it a huge DC. You're fine. If you rolled like
I'm rolling shite tonight.
Apparently, you will like slip down a little bit, but you will still catch yourself as a bunch of branches like kind of break because these things just like tear through branches. The mushroom thing will start like climbing down the tree. it'll like actually just like climb along the side of the tree. So it'll actually go like, it'll be like standing up like this, and it will turn on its side, and you're just going to kind of like walk down the tree side.
Flip it off. Can I try to hide in the tree?
Wait. Claude, what are you doing?
Are you behind this? Are you behind this stupidness?
What stupidness? Setting up a defensive network?
That's attacking me.
Yes, because you disturbed them. I sent a bunch of sapperlings out in order to keep an eye on the area, and then I summoned an elemental in order to battle anything that came in the area.
Would have been nice to know.
I thought you'd come right back to us. We were back in the forest a little bit.
I couldn't see you.
I'm sorry you couldn't see us, but we were trying to keep out of sight. You could have announced yourself in some way, shined a light. I know you're a horrible shadow monster, but I'm sure you could have done something.
It was kind of funny to watch, though, man.
I barely got out of there.
That seems like a
Keep up
shadow
the good
monster.
work. Go back to your job. It's kind of like pat the massive elemental creature on its leg, and it'll just kind of like, without like emotion, just turn around and like head back into the forest.
Bye, Johnny. What? Said Johnny.
I'm going to solidify at this point.
Apologies, Claude, but well, you were down there for a while, and we were worried. After Winterest scouted everything out, I began to set up everything. I summoned 2 of my most powerful elementals in order to have them go about their business.
As I'm still plucking spikes out of my skin. Yes, I see. There's 3 tunnels down there. It seems to live between the 3. And the main entrance seems to be its regurgitation chamber. It doesn't seem to digest things as we do.
That's unpleasant sounding.
It basically spits out the bone.
What do you think we should do? We can retain here and continue to watch it. We could attempt to set up a trap for it if we think we could try to overtake it. Personally, I'm not sure. Seems a very dangerous creature. I could probably put up a good fight. But, I only have so many bonded creatures from my time as a High Druid in Llanowar, in Pentohaven. I can call upon a couple of elementals such as these here, and, well, the one of them has the ability to generate the sapperlings. Hence why I'm able to create a small army of them. But even then, I can only create so many before they wander off or decompose.
I think maybe setting up some kind of alarm. There's only seems to be one way out of here.
That would be helpful. But my type of magic doesn't tend to use for things like the arcane alarms and such. Remember, though I've trained in a few other types of magic, my primary is shamancraft.
I could set something up, I'm sure. I have a bell, and I have twine.
But if we allow ourselves that it's leaving, that's great. It's quite large, though. I mean, even when it leaves, what will we do about it, is the question. It seemed quite fast for something its size.
One of the other things we could try to set up would be also maybe something to pour on it. So its camouflage doesn't work as well.
What do you have in mind?
Is there anything that you know of in the forest that we could use?
I'm just gonna roll a d20 for him. He's gonna say, like, there are plenty of things that could act as natural dyes or material that could color something, but something of a large amount that could give us an idea where it roughly is, or like if you just have a patch of it, well, that can help, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you could target the entire thing when you know just where a small area it is. We'd need to cover a large chunk of it almost. Maybe getting it wet, but that's a lot of water, and I don't know what would happen with rain in its disguise. I could attempt to summon rain. That's at least within my purview. But it's not... I don't know. I don't know how effective it would be. I'm just unsure what the best bet would be in this case.
I mean, the one thing I did notice is in my shadow form, if I stood still, it couldn't see me. Or at least discern where I was easily.
But
doesn't sense normally.
We did hear it was blind according to legends, so it must have some kind of other senses. Alright, that does help us. If we understood what those senses were, we could attempt to counteract them. But I worry about experimenting and causing trouble. Perhaps, the more I think about it, there might be something I could do. But it's not necessarily... it would be time-consuming. I could attempt to send a message to someone that might know more about it. But I don't know how long that would take. Would it take as long as those knights that are theoretically coming to this place in order to assist her? Or would it be very quick? I'm unsure. As for myself, as I said, there are a few other things I could probably use my trained bond with to bring forth, but I don't know if any of them would be necessarily useful in this case. I could attempt to contact a more powerful being using some of the rituals that I learned, but that's also time-consuming.
You're very scary. I don't want you contacting something scarier than yourself, to be honest.
Have you noticed any, like, large rock formations around?
Unfortunately not within this area. It seems that this forest is a small area within the rolling hills. This seems to be the main hill in this forest, even. And it's not much of a hill. I think we saw some slight hills within the area we traveled, but nothing large. Now, like before, when I helped us jump the cart, I could attempt to manipulate some of the rock formation in this here, but it wouldn't be... I don't think I could close this off, if that's what you're thinking, or pour rocks on it. Nothing that elaborate. I mean,
I was
that's.
hoping to maybe shrink the opening.
I could shrink it a
slow
little
down
bit.
if it's trying to get out, but
I don't know how. We've only got a general idea of how large it is, and I feel like that opening is still a little. It's still smaller than the opening. It's not squeezing out there necessarily on its own.
no.
And I don't think I can squeeze it that much, even if I used all my magic on it. Earth manipulation is not my specialty. Unfortunately. I know a little bit of it, but not enough in this case. Do you have any ideas,
What?
Winters?
Huh? What?
Well, you have much more powers when it comes to Earth and Rath manipulation than myself. Do you have any ideas about maybe trying to cut off that entrance?
Well, it made its way up there at some point. If we slap it over or something, there's no guarantee he won't just push it right back up, because it looks like he just pushed himself out, you know?
It's true, it's quite a large beast, and capping it, so to say, with a cap that would keep it shut, I think is maybe beyond both of our manipulations. We would need a team of druids.
You have to seal it, you know? Not
Yes.
just like, it's like screwing a lid on a canteen. You gotta like glue that lid on. You can't just have it on. It might pop off.
What about
What, you've never glued your lid on your canteen before?
Not on
No.
purpose.
Now you're talking, my guy.
what about gathering a large amount of wood?
There's a lot of forest in here.
There's
What
like
would we do
wood
with
right
it?
next to you.
Gather it up by the entrance, push it in, and try to start a fire?
You want to smoke inhalation the beast?
I fear that we would have to either create some form of magical fire not to worry about. We don't know how much it can create that fog. That fog obviously is
True,
enough
and
to
it put out fire.
We're not sure how effective it is, or if there is magic to that fog that would put out fire, or if it just suppresses it with its very nature of wet air. What?
I got a bag of ball berries.
I'm sorry, Nim, but never say the nature of wet air ever again.
Too bad. If it comes up, it's gonna happen.
They don't like you saying wet air. It's not the time or place to be laughing, but it's funny. I would just, I'm a child. I'm sorry.
I don't think the three of us are going to be able to do anything particular to this thing.
No, not easily. If I went all out and I had some time, I might be able to take it on my own. But I fear that would be still down to chance. I don't like my odds necessarily. Its breath is quite devastating, and I would fear that it would destroy many of my summons or spells effects before they had a chance to do real damage to it. Granted, if we came up with a very good plan, which unfortunately, it might be luring it to a place of our choice. This location doesn't seem best for us. It's right outside of its nest, where we would have to work a lot harder to create an advantageous situation. I think if we are going to attempt to ambush it or trap it or something, we should come up with a different location, one that we can lure it to. one that we can more easily build a plan.
Then maybe we need to scout the area. And maybe try to hunt a little. If we're going to try to lure it, food is probably the best bet.
Unfortunately, things have been quite scarce. It's actually something I considered. I had the wolf pack scout out things. They returned a little while ago, and from what I can tell, while this thing is active, it devours most of the prey in the area. It devastates the creatures you can find. I don't think it eats all of them, but enough to make it difficult to find anything. At least in large amounts. I'm afraid that we may have to be the targets that it comes after. I don't know.
Sometimes being the target is fun. I mean, not in this instance, because it's a big thing. But you don't have to say it in such a upset tone, you know?
Well,
Can
it's a 50-50 chance of fun or dangerous when you are the prey of something that you are also hunting.
you increase someone's speed?
Unfortunately, I don't think I have anything in my repertoire for that. At least nothing prepared right now. I'd have to meditate
I can
if
make
there's
you
anything.
go jump.
I don't think with the idea I was thinking of that would be useful. I'm pretty fast
can-
with my giant form, but jumping in a forest doesn't seem exactly the best movement for that.
I have a collection of bonded creatures that I could summon forth. As I see it, these elementals are some of them. And then I have a repertoire of a few spells that could enhance oneself, similar to the webbing spell that I gave you. And then a few spells that can manipulate things like trees and nature to my advantage.
In shadow form, it was very interesting to see the webbing.
Yes, I don't think it'd actually work.
Came out as black tendrils.
I think what it was doing was converting your webs that you were creating to also shadows.
It was useful. It helped me get the hell out of there and in there safely.
Well, we know where it lives. We can either stick around here and try to come up with more plans, or we can go back to the others and consult with them.
I think it's best if we return. I don't think it's going to attack during the day.
Alright. My friends, come! You'll see the thorn-covered creature from before come out, and then you'll see a second one that looks slightly different, that's like, just seems to be made of like, grass, tree, moss, and twigs, with a number of those little like, these ones are different, there's like a mushroom one, there's a weird one that looks almost like a puffball, another one that looks like it's just like a mold stalk coming out of like a bulb. All of them are kind of riding on it.
Yo, there's Jerry, Terry, Carrie, Perry, Larry.
There's another Carrie.
I thank you,
No,
my
it's
friends, for
okay.
assisting me now. I hope that you continue to have welcome existence. As they'll kind of like actually like just fade, like kind of just decompose almost into like grass and stuff, and then just kind of like collapse into the ground and disappear.
Bye.
Oh, your
I'm
wolf's
just
still
scared.
around.
Yes. He'll like whistle and go, and they'll come up.
There's our ride back.
Indeed.
Oh, you know.
Maybe Kaz can help come up with something too.
Let's head back. We don't know if this thing will be back tomorrow evening. When it hunts again, we can only hope it heads in a different direction for the next few nights, and we can come up with a plan that isn't rushed.
Yes.
Alright, let's take our first break here as you three, head back to the village to meet up with everybody. So, can you snack, drink, bathroom break, go ahead and do it, and back shortly.
You've given up on counting, haven't you?
I sometimes do. You just never know what's going to happen. I'm crazy. Look,
With a capital Z.
I need some kind of excitement in my whole doomed existence, except for like this game, which is wonderful, and all the other games I run. But that's besides the point. I need something, just to throw a little bit more excitement, and then surprising all of you with sudden on show is my other way of enjoying myself. Anyway, hi, welcome back, everybody. I didn't explain that well at all.
Thanks, Dr. Nick.
Anyway, everybody meets up again back at the village. Carrie is doing drills with people, Kaz is building elaborate things, and of course then Nim, Claude, and Winters arrive back, circling around the village to the city gates on Wolfback. At which point, Nim gets off, the wolves wait for everybody else to get off, and then they depart into the woods.
Why am I just picturing the Robin Hood Men in Tights peasants training montage with Carrie?
Sure. But worse.
One guy pulls back his bow past his head, and he just goes,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the main actor from that was named Carrie. True, he was. It was Carrie Ellis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unlike other Robin Hoods, he had an authentic English accent.
Yes. Is the gates closed? Is someone manning them?
They're probably closed, and there's probably someone manning them.
Can we get in?
Who are you?
Back.
Who are you?
For fuck's sake, let them in.
Ah! You're on the other side of the... Or you would have noticed and walked around. Holy crap! Who are you?
They're with us.
What?
Have-
Who?
I'm your mother.
No,
We're
you're
with
not.
Carrie.
Yes, I am. Let me in. Your mother says so.
That's not true. That's
I'm gonna let them in.
It's like some 16-year-old who has a little bit of experience that was put on gate duty while everybody else was training.
I turn into giant form.
Can
and
we,
walk
like-
over the gates?
Can we
No,
crank
I'm
open
opening
the gates?
I mean, you could open the gates for the people, sure. Like, he's like,
Yeah.
hey, don't do that. That's my job.
I
That's
thought
my job.
You're doing a
leave
poor
the
job
dude.
at it.
No, I'm not. I wasn't told to. You're not my boss.
I am now. You're
We
fired.
are, yeah.
Mm.
Given that we're the
Too
ones in charge
bad.
of
I'm gonna
protecting
hang
your
out
village,
here.
I summoned my mage hand and put it over the kid's mouth just to prevent him from talking.
Okay. Welcome back.
We
Actually,
found a
with,
hole.
you know.
You found a what?
Howdy, I rode on Wolfie and it was nice.
We found its hole.
Oh.
It's a big hole.
What did you discern anything about it?
It was
I learned that it vomits up the bones,
big. Oh, so it's an owl.
and it has 3 tunnels in its hole.
That
Also,
could be good.
it couldn't really detect me well when I was in my shadow form.
You suppose we can block off its tunnels by any chance?
No, it big.
We would need a lot of material.
What about setting an explosive trap?
We need
I like
a lot
that.
of
How much of an explosive material do we have? Even between...
I've used most of the oil.
Unfortunately, between you and Radiant, I don't think you could even create enough to necessarily create a good enough dent in that thing. Maybe piss it off.
I did have a good idea on top of Nim's good idea. If we could make a trap at the entrance of its lair that could color it in some fashion, it may be able to negate the
Pile driver!
Those two want to pile drive it. I don't entirely know what that means.
Who are those gentlemen?
Carrie was training them.
Oh. They sound very eccentric, to say the least.
According to them, they want to drop a giant rock on its head.
I mean,
that's gonna help.
it could work.
Could work.
Technically, yes, that would work. That doesn't mean it's a good idea, just an effective one.
Raw! Chest
Make
bump.
a whoosh under rock.
Well, if an
As I was
explosion...
saying-
Oh.
go ahead.
Well, I was going to say if an explosion is out of the question. What about fire itself?
Remember what it could do with its breath.
It has wet air.
That's right, the mist.
It has what?
The mist. It has
It's
the mist.
mist.
That it
Create
can
the
summon the
mist.
mist.
I
Which
mean,
put out
its breath was acid, which it probably could also
sorry,
do.
yes. But I meant
I'm-
the mist ability.
I'm more focused on the wet air part.
Mist.
Mist.
The mist put out
I know.
the torches.
Nim,
Let's not call it that.
Nim,
I
I
agree.
mean, it is... I mean, it is technically wet air.
Yeah, see, Nim told me that wet air was a technical term.
No, I
It's
didn't
not.
really.
Somehow I
didn't
don't
really.
believe that's what Nim actually said.
It's fine.
What
I
about-
don't care to correct her at this point in time.
He
But
did
if we-
tell me it has wet air, though.
If
What about a trap that can bind the creature?
It's a snake. With
I mean, I could
And
attempt to
it's
bind
But
it.
certainly there's a way to
strong.
tie it down.
I don't know if I could create powerful enough vines to do such a thing with its size and probable strength.
that's why I was saying if we could create some kind of trap that could color it to negate its
And
camouflage.
unfortunately, we discussed that though, and unless we can figure out a way to get a lot of some kind of dye together very quickly.
Well, we have a village here. They may have stuff. We also have Kaz and we have
Radiant.
Radio.
Yeah, Radiant might
Can
be
we
well.
make? Can we make paint?
There's like very little, if any, paint in the entire village. You could see, like, if you like look around, you're like,
Oh, but-
wood-
but, like, clothes
wood-colored village, wood-covered hovels that are totally the same wood color that they were when they were made out of wood.
but they
There's
have to
no
dye clothing.
That's true.
Well, you don't have to dye clothing.
Well,
They
I'm-
don't
I'm
have to,
saying-
though.
Okay, they probably do.
They probably import clothing because there's a trade business.
Or they could import dye.
What about charcoal? Can we
Yeah,
make
we'll
some
just
charcoal
make it-
dust out of it?
We'll just make black.
You can make a charcoal pigment.
I mean, it would be noticeable, but it wouldn't be... Because it's a creature at night, it means it will be noticeable to those of us that have the ability to see in darkness, and that might be it.
I should be able to at least partially negate the invisibility. I have some spells prepared that I think should help negate the invisibility. No, Fairy Fire is one that I have that.
I have my
can-
dancing
Because
lights.
it doesn't seem to necessarily be an actual invisibility. It seems to be a very well-developed camouflaging system.
I mean, it should still work. You know, it will still outline it.
True.
Also,
In line.
if Nim was making a suggestion of luring it somewhere that's more advantageous to us.
Yes, the location that it was in was not really helpful to us. We could come up with some plans, but I don't know if any of them would really be effective.
It was big hole in ground with trees around. Not
I
very
mean-
good. No.
Carrie, you would know probably the area better, or someone from the village. Maybe a better place to try to lure it to.
Depends on what you're trying to go to. If you could define a type of terrain that you think you could come up with a plan for, she could tell you if it would exist in the nearby area. Or someone in the village could. I'll give you that much.
Are there bogs nearby?
Not necessarily close, but there are some bogs.
Might hinder its movement.
Might hinder our
But
movement.
the bogs are outside of the forest. You have to lure it outside the forest. It doesn't seem to travel out of much.
Here's an idea. What if we fight it on our home turf, but before we do that, we evacuate all of the non-soldiers?
We don't want the village itself to get destroyed.
That's
No,
true.
but it's certainly better than fighting it in its cave.
I'm going to be a devil's advocate here. Where would you send the people?
Where do what?
The people
Where'd
you'd
we
be
send them?
evacuating.
There's that haunted mine a few miles away.
Isn't there another
The haunted
town
mine
nearby?
is technically near another town entirely, so it's actually a few days
Oh.
away for the haunted mine.
Do you know any refuge, Carrie?
Not any close that I remember.
Carrie's my refuge.
Like, there is...
It's a very sweet sentiment.
For Carrie, if you're thinking about what's nearby, there's the fishing camps, which aren't really set up for having people, though. They're not really like... It's not really a village. It's a small area near the river where the main amounts of fishing and stuff are taken care of. There is technically a couple of small, like, farming villages nearby, but most of them are probably even smaller than your village. And the closest village that is actually of decent size is a couple days away. And then you'd have to arrange to have people go there, probably, if they have space.
I'm sure the other village wouldn't just be like, yeah, you guys all can come and chill here.
Yeah.
Can we build a shelter? I feel like there's enough manpower to be able to do that in a reasonable amount of time.
What kind of
Just
shelter?
like a big barn.
Something heavily reinforced.
Heavily reinforced is going to take many days.
And I would recommend building it out of stone instead of wood. That thing, if
Stone,
if
yeah.
it wanted to, it probably could crush through wood like like twigs. The thing is, you have to,
Absolutely.
the thing
Stone
is,
or metal.
thing is, if it's a large barn filled with a lot of people, that's a lot of food for it. When we're spread out, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of options. The other thing I worry about is currently, what I discovered is that the forest is got less animals in it lately, probably because it's been eating many of them. I fear that when its food becomes more scarce, it might be more inclined to head to here, where there's possible food.
What if we stockpile food to bait it?
That was the problem, as it was discussed. Where would we get it from? We'd have to get it from outside of the forest.
Does it only eat live cattle?
I don't know. So far, we've discovered that it eats deer and carry.
And Carrie.
Well,
To be
found
fair, I
many
did kind of
humanoid-
fly into its mouth.
I did find
almost-
human bones down there.
Yeah, you found a collection of lots of different types of bones.
Yeah, it
I don't
eats pretty much anything that's in its path.
Well, the question
I don't suppose any of us have illusory magic.
I have a
let me
small
check.
amount.
Carrie,
Illusions.
what's an illusion?
A
Not
figment.
I make a minor illusion in front of her face.
Oh,
Because
I
if
I
we...
don't really know.
Butterfly? Oh, look at it.
No, there's
I-
a ton just hanging out in the air in front of your face right now.
I could make a smell.
I could make a smell, I could make a sound or a small image.
Max, get your tongue away from me.
I could make the sound of an animal.
I can jump.
We need a visual component if we plan to trick this thing.
I can jump.
It doesn't have
Yeah,
eyes.
we're
though.
very proud of you.
We'd have to rely.
Doesn't?
No.
So it relies primarily on smell then, correct?
We don't know.
And likely thermal, like heat.
You
We
can
might be
jump
able to
up
fool
it.
this thing.
Also, Claude, with your description, it seems like it also relies on sensing movement, maybe.
Yes. When I was still in shadow form, it had a hard time discerning where I was. As soon as I moved, it it lurched towards me.
So it must sense movement somehow. It also must sense heat sounds the most logical because it did try to just eat Carrie, and it obviously didn't just swallow Claude, and Claude's shadow form is as cold as I think you can get.
And doesn't have any scent. We determined that.
So it might also
It
still
not
smell.
in shadow form.
Yes, so the thing is, we don't know what all sense it uses to hunt. We know it is technically blind, and it seems to have been proven on that. But whatever senses it has do seem to allow it to hunt quite effectively, still. And tricking them, well, it's the unfortunate thing we'd have to know what senses it has to trick at least one or maybe a few of them.
One thought I also had for you, Max. If we could see it again, maybe you could try to peer into its mind, see if it's actually intelligent.
You're actually encouraging me to do this for once? Surely you've gone mad.
Yeah, but we're gonna fight it one way or another, so it's okay if you make it angry. You're also already just a pile of bones, so if it eats you, it'll just spit you back out immediately. So you don't even have to worry about being eaten or digested. 'cause
That's
you're-
true.
Somehow I think this stomach acid would say otherwise.
I mean,
Well,
apparently
might
bones
get
are
edged.
attached.
we know it can't digest bones. Maybe you should be the bait, Max.
Funny. I don't
We can
smell
like
very
that
well, though.
idea.
Max.
Let's wrap Max's bones in meat and just like hang him out like a Max crow.
Oh, but he doesn't have body heat.
We light him
I
ablaze.
do not have heat.
Let's set a fire behind it.
No. We could freshly cook the meat.
You're not.
Nim, you're not supposed to encourage this kind of behavior.
Sorry.
Especially given that I'm one of your bodyguards.
No, I say encourage the behavior.
The thing is, and this is a really strange thing, they might actually be onto something.
Do tell.
I was just saying shit. I didn't think I was actually
No.
onto anything.
If we wish to investigate it more, we already know it doesn't digest bone. You're made of bone.
And you can read its thoughts.
It also means that if we wanted to actually investigate its lair more, you are already in a good shape. We would have to do something to hide your movement. Something that would if we could find some kind of bag that would resist acid, we could pack something perhaps for him that would allow him to avoid movement. But what?
You're not implying that I'm going to get digested, are you?
It's not as bad as it seems.
I mean, she survived.
We could, like, just put you in the bag of holding and then lower the bag of holding into the hole.
I'm pretty sure the dimension would crush me at some point.
No.
You don't need to breathe, right?
Yeah, you don't breathe.
And you could keep a finger outside of the bag in order to allow yourselves to crawl out then when you need to.
Well, I have a latch on the bag that you can attach a rope to when you're inside. I do that when I'm working on the Warforged in there.
Even if we understand what this thing's senses are, that still doesn't mean we're capable of fighting it directly.
Oh no, but
if
we're
you
saying
can
that
try to read its mind, you
you're
can
the
get
least
yourself its
you're the
intelligence.
least in danger when it comes to investigating it.
I'd rather seek a different option. I'm not in the mood to be eaten.
If
Then
you
why-
would
Oh, word.
Why don't we leave
You
that as a
don't-
backup then, and think about some other plans?
well, I was
Also,
gonna
you're not
say,
necessarily being eaten. You're just being close enough to read its mind.
It's
Also,
just if you happen to be consumed whole, you'd be able to likely get out pretty quick.
Max, I could also go down with you.
Inside of the creature?
Go down.
I said with, not on.
Well, you could, what was the thing that you did last
I
time where
believe
you,
the Tulo would be
merged with
insulted
me?
if he jumped his bones.
Claude, what was the thing we did last time at the gate when I walked up to it and you were you a lithid on me?
Well, I
You
could do
gooped
that,
all over
but,
me.
or I could also go down with you in my shadow form.
You could. But if I get eaten, please tell me you're coming along.
Do we have some way of allowing one of them to maybe fly? We could see if it would just sense movement.
I can't do that. I can do that. Tomorrow, I'd need 8 hours. But I could do that.
Then perhaps we could see if we could get just Maxwell to fly down there. If it doesn't sense body heat from a Maxwell, if it senses maybe movement in a way that we could see how it senses movement. Whether it's Maxwell would also be in the position to run away then, but we could see if it senses just movement in general.
I have another idea. I'm not saying we're going to do this, but I feel that the best way to kill this kind of creature, in the event that I do get eaten, would be from the inside.
Yeah. So you're gonna what? Just get in there and start stabbing at it?
Not quite. I was thinking an explosive.
We're not kill it at the moment. We need to investigate it. And you're our safest investigator. Now.
True,
Well,
but you can't deny that an explosive would probably help.
Again, that
It would
still
also
lies to
blow
the
you up.
we would need a large amount of explosives.
Well, also, if we just
I
need
can
to
get out fast enough.
If we just need to see how it reacts to flying things, I'll just have the homunculus go and fly around it. It's just a machine, and after we kill the thing, I can take the parts that I need back out of its stomach.
Well,
Here's a better question. Why don't we use the homunculus instead of me?
Yeah, we can just.
Or-
The homunculus
wait, I
creature.
got even a better idea. I could create an unseen servant.
You
How
could.
would we see what
Already-
happens?
It already can fly.
But the thing is, it can't tell you what happens. I think that's the implication that Kaz has a connection with it and
True.
can use the homunculus to understand what's going on.
It's also unseen.
Yeah, how would we see what happened?
There is that.
Voodoo. I assume it's called unseen for a reason. Like sometimes I'm dumb, but sometimes I can read words. And unseen seems like invisible. You don't want to pit two invisible things together. You don't know what's going to happen.
Maybe they'll cancel out and become visible.
If I get eaten by it, what happens if I polymorph it from within?
It would
I don't want to
shrink-
I kind of do want to know, though.
It would
Possibly
probably
crush you?
be your death.
Aww.
Okay. Perish the thought.
Literally.
Perish.
I think we're going at this from the wrong angle.
I mean,
I
more
think you're a coward.
Yeah.
The thing is,
I-
I agree that there's some differences in the way that we should take about this, but getting more information about it seems logical. We don't know enough to hunt it properly.
And Max, is not to try to prevent you to endanger yourself, but your ability to be able to read its thoughts could be key. If we can find out if it's intelligent, if it is intelligent in some fashion, we might be able to find a way to reason with it.
Well, pray tell, what's our escape plan if that doesn't work?
You fly the hell out of there.
Run like hell.
Just pretend you're dead. You're already dead.
It does
Well, it
seem
doesn't-
to, it does seem to return to its lair during the day. So if perhaps tomorrow we would go check it out. We can guard for tonight and hope for the best. That it hunts somewhere else.
I could, before we send you, if we sending you in there, I can cast a spell to give you some protection against any sort of acid that might happen, on the off chance that it does eat you after you attempt to, communicate or determine its intelligence. And then we could try to violently cut you out, I guess.
Eventually,
All right.
you'll throw him back up. So
Alright,
true.
I'll do this on one condition. Make sure that my coat stays safe, along with my rapier.
Oh, sure, we can do that.
yeah, you don't need that to fight. You're not fighting it, so you don't need it.
I know.
You are so
I just
vain sometimes.
no, it's my family's. I can't let that get damaged.
We
He's a pile
keep
of
it safe.
bones, Terry. A pile of bones needs something to connect it. It's the only reason he's still alive. That rapier destroys. I think he's just dead.
I don't think his soul is attached to the rapier. I think it's attached to the tongue.
No,
The one
this
that
this
was
this is from my this rapier is my family's. It's basically my only connection to them. And same for my garments.
We can keep your rapier and your robes with the carriage if it will help.
Just make sure it stays safe. Alright.
So, Kaz, you're totally gonna mess with it, right?
No.
Let's try it out.
You're totally gonna do
I would recommend us waiting for tomorrow, though. We don't have enough. If we'd be arriving
Tomorrow's better.
We'd be arriving very close to the time it would start hunting, I assume. If the hunting
Well,
night.
Kaz needs to rest before he can cast Fly on him anyway.
True. I can attempt to move around my spells to do something more useful too. I think there's a few of them that I could prepare that might be helpful in this case.
Are we all going together for this?
This sounds like a good plan in case things go wrong.
Please. I'd rather not pass on at this point in time.
So tomorrow, we all
I'll
travel to
ask-
the place.
I'll make you go jump, okay? You can jump and fly.
Sure.
Can you jump fly though?
And Claude, you're coming with, right? At least close to me with your shadow form?
I can come down if you wish.
Please.
Man, why is this bag of bones so scared, Carrie?
Well, you know, getting ingested by a monster isn't the most fun.
But you just dove straight in there head first, Carrie. Like, he doesn't even want to walk in.
Well, again, to be fair, didn't mean to. Kinda just flew into its mouth.
I warned you.
Yeah, you know, usually I don't take your warnings seriously because usually they're wrong, but this time they were right. Still kind of freaks me out.
I mean, you kind of have like a little bird right here still.
At least I'm clothed.
You're
I
not
can-
really that close.
I could prepare to get us there both back and forth quite rapidly to the location, which means we'd have an escape too.
That would be great.
That would be a good idea.
Because I was at its lair, some of the trees there, I can create a portal from one tree to another. But I have to have
useful.
I have to have visited the location and know about the tree. Given my time frame, I can't always guess a tree is there. That's why it's not something I normally use very often. But in this case, when I've literally been next to this tree here, and earlier today I was hanging next to another tree, it is very easy to use those. He can memorize transport via plants.
Tree.
He uses the spore network.
Alright, so evening will come. What is all your plans for the evening? The village is tense after what happened the previous night, to be sure.
I will rest for 4 hours and then help guard.
Okay.
I will pass
there-
the fuck out.
Is there like a group of people in town that's like really feeling really tense?
Everyone?
But like, are they close together or?
No, it's just there's like
Everyone?
I mean, you
There's-
could probably probably a significant portion are in the tavern. if
yeah,
I
there's
had to
probably
guess.
probably a bunch of
Okay.
people that are drinking a little bit.
Is-
There's probably
Is there
like,
music playing in the tavern?
No, not really.
Okay, I go in and play a very calming song to like ease the tension.
All right, make a performance check and let's see how well you do.
Don't roll a 1.
Don't roll a 1. Just gonna get like my freaking loot untuned over here. Yo!
Hey!
Let's go!
Fucking nice, dude.
Let's go.
You calm some of the tensions in the town, and it looks like a couple of people that are probably going to be on guard duty that were drinking heavily are going to drink less heavily and be less drunk.
Nice.
Because
Was it those two dipshit twins who were
That's
drinking
good.
heavily?
They just do that anyway. We're gonna pile drive it. Ugh! Want to arm
Those
wrestle? Yeah, let's arm wrestle. Oh, and also
16-year-old?
no.
They're going to invent Jaeger bombs.
Biff and Cliff. They're also identical twins.
Yeah, that figures.
They're like arm wrestling for like 20 minutes before one of them also like loses. It's just like, I am the superior twin today. You will bow before me and my mighty biceps.
I will not.
Small man.
Everyone in giant form.
Thin
Who wants to
man.
arm wrestle?
Do you wish to arm wrestle with the mighty Biff?
I do not.
Then drink with me and show off your might in other ways.
Whoa.
I'll take a drink, sure.
I haven't drunk enough. Miss Carrie says I should stay back, but now I'm at the wall.
I don't think this person is fit to be a guard carrion.
No, I know. I tried to convince him not to be, but he was a little bitch about it.
Is there like a jail in here that someone can go when they've had way too much to drink? And then we just forget to let them out the next day.
You don't want to talk about the last time
No. Unfortunately, if there's some drinking problems, normally I have to throw them in the back room, throw a blanket on top of them.
The last time jail and too much to drink were in the same sentence, a village burned down, so we shouldn't say those words together.
You burnt down a village, not just a village burnt down.
Don't worry, ladies. I'll save the village.
I punch him in the dick.
You're in perfect height for it, too.
I am, it's true.
Alright. Oh! Oh! Zach! I'm sorry. Oh,
Alright.
Rick! What did that mean goblin do to you? Don't worry, ladies. I'm still for you. Why don't we go somewhere a little more private, and you can mend my wounds.
Again?
Maybe it doesn't work no more.
Go, headbutt him. Headbutt him.
That's
In the dick.
He's leaving.
Good.
Oh, that was a nice gentleman.
I can drink here all I want. I'm old enough now, and I'm a town guard. The existential doom of my existence has not come upon me yet.
That's not the teenager now.
Does anyone?
It is the teenager.
Does anyone have some ipecac to throw into his drink?
Some what?
Ipecac. It makes you throw up.
Ah.
Okay.
I thought you were fired from being a gatekeeper.
No, I got promoted. To town watch.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
They
I'm
gave me
pretty
this
sure I
sweet bow
fired you.
this afternoon.
I'm pretty sure I fired you.
I'm totally gonna be hanging out under the watchtower, though, where all the cool kids are.
I'm so sure
There are no
I
cool
fired
kids
you.
in this entire fucking village.
And by under, he means we're gonna dig a hole and put him in it, right?
Carrie, I see one.
Don't mess with me in my black coat, which I totally have, which is totally black. I blend in with the night. I'm one with it.
That's a straight
Minor illusion, it's now bright pink.
How dare you?
Carrie, I see why you left. All these people are nut jobs.
Oh no, that's not why I left.
Oh.
I fit in here. I'm also fucking crazy.
Yes, but you're tolerable.
You don't actually.
Most of the people are tolerable here. Most of them.
The ones who aren't. Damn.
Your designs are interesting, small man. Though your biceps might not be as great as ours, it is really interesting to see the technical know-how that you have in designing a complex system of levees that allow oil to travel across the world. And your
I'm fine with
reinforcements
these.
seem incredibly good.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Stop taking a crap.
What did you just? What happened?
Our biceps are so great.
I'm fine with these dumb hot men. These two dumb hot men.
They're himbos.
They are very much himbos, and I am fine with them. The
Are you
other
sure?
one. No.
Perhaps
Yeah,
you could
he was
use
my
us in-
punching bag for the day, but for some reason he's still like that.
Oh, do you require us to accompany you on your next part of your adventure? Oh.
No?
wouldn't. Probably not.
You can
Don't-
adventure.
I
with
think those
Kaz.
sounds would attract the beast.
Oh, I know. All these muscles would definitely attract any beast to them. We filled with meat.
And then it would eat you.
Ah, they couldn't eat these beefcakes.
It could swallow you whole.
Oh, let them have their fun.
I
They're
think
harmless.
They should follow Kaz wherever.
Cliff, we should return back to our house and continue our design for the new water pump. You're right. Ah, I love it when we do technical design. Ah,
Are you looking for any other creative input on that?
possibly. Ah, it was through our expertise the walls got built and our muscles.
I love them.
If you don't mind, I'd love to join you in looking over these.
Please
water pump
do!
designs.
Ah! Don't worry about the fact it's gonna be really hot in there. We have the forges running. We'll just take off our shirts.
Is this like God's gift to Kazran? Oh yeah, Kazran's gonna go home with these big beefcake boys.
Who actually have like a 14 intelligence. They're actually relatively
Yeah.
smart. They just are like muscle heads and like they're obsessed with their muscles.
These are Kazran's ideal men.
I'll find some way to deny you that harem.
There will be no denying harems in this goddamn game. There's gonna be at least 2 harems.
Third one, don't you worry.
Oh. Okay. Why don't we have us going into the night and there for now? That's a perfect spot. Cass goes home with the beefcakes to look over their technical designs.
Yeah, that's definitely all we're going to be doing. It's just looking over technical designs. That's it. That's all they're doing.
Don't mind us as we
I
remove
want
our
it fun.
shirts. It's very sweaty in here.
Not mine at all.
He likes the heat.
We had like a freeze up there. Or something. Anyway, so yeah, we'll take a break. If you need a drink, snack, bathroom break, go ahead and do it, and we'll be back in a short while. So see ya shortly, folks. Let's go.
Ah, big monster and beefcake boys.
I counted down.
Beefcake monsters.
Briefcake.
Briefcake?
Yes, briefcake.
Are they beefcakes that are also businessmen now?
No. They're just wearing briefs. That's all
I'm
they're
okay with
wearing.
that. I'm okay with that.
No boxers for us. I mean, God.
Maybe they're wearing boxer briefs.
Anyway, so, yes, Kaz hangs out with the Beefcake Boys for a little while, you know, helps them with their technical designs. Just make an intelligence check. Let's see how well you can assist them.
Okay. Give me a second. Can I argue for Tinker's Tools, since that's what I mostly use for building?
Ooh,
Is that alright?
sure.
Good, because I have a plus 12 to Tinker's Tools. 29!
Yeah, you give them some really good suggestions to help increase their ability and, you know, thinkness of all their designs and stuff. You know, you talk deep into the night. Before then they're like, after a while they're like, as much as we'd like to talk some more and discuss this, I believe it is our time for guard duty.
I've
Come,
had
Biff.
a wonderful time.
Yes, Cliff. We must go and guard the walls from giant snake monsters.
You're so honorable. I respect you so much.
Okay. Yeah. The night seems quiet. Similar to the previous evening, like, there is life in the night. There's, like, you know, you can hear things out there. But it doesn't seem as loud as you think a forest would be. Granted, you are in a village in said forest, so you'd think that would reduce it a little bit. But even so, there's just something a little, like, unnatural about the night. Just a little bit. A little too quiet about everything out there.
In the forest, the mighty forest, the monster sleeps tonight.
It's not sleeping.
It might
It is
be.
nocturnal.
It doesn't necessarily hunt every night.
No, but it's nocturnal.
I mean, it might not be hunting, but it's not asleep. It's probably just chilling. It's vibing. It's a vibing monster.
Yeah, it's just vibing in its cave, smoking some weed,
I don't.
hanging out.
I don't think so. It is not a giant caterpillar.
Any of you that are working at the guard duty, please give me perception checks, though, at least. See what you see.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay? Karen takes a look out, doesn't really see anything.
There's a reason I'm not a guard.
Okay, so the two of you are out there. I guess the rest of you are just kind of relaxing for the evening.
Okay, Winchester is passed out.
Mhm.
She's dead.
Claude, you've got dark vision. Yes, or
Yes.
no? Okay. So, like, there's a couple times in the night that you swear you see something, but it's hard to tell. It doesn't seem anything, like, large like you saw before. It's more like maybe it was a bird or a small mammal or something, but you don't know for sure because it's complete darkness out there. The trees certainly cut out the light, and then you just have black and white vision, kind of try to like discern everything out there. The lights from the torches that are connected to these guard towers are fine for giving some reference, but still kind of just peering out into the darkness there. It is.
What kind of moon is it?
Going towards new moon currently.
Okay.
So after half
Waning
moon.
crescent.
Yeah, waning crescent. So it does not provide a lot of light. There's a time during the night that you swear you hear something loud in the distance, similar to the night before. But it's only for a short while, and then it's quiet again.
Okay.
And the night passes then, seemingly undisturbed. As morning comes, Carrie, are you getting rest at any point in time? Or do you want to make me a constitution save for exhaustion?
No, she's being smart about this. She is getting rest.
Okay. So you just have a little bit of a shift and then rest the rest of the night kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I rested 4 hours and then started shift.
Okay.
Because that's all I need.
What's your plan today, now that the dawn is broken? Nim will prepare his spells and such, and prepare himself, and he'll be like, so, I'm ready for whenever you are to travel to the location.
Same.
Are we still in town?
Yes.
All right. I'm ready.
Wait, choose Gary, Kaz?
Yeah, I'm up. I'm up and ready for our Dango Max in front of a monster plan.
Weren't we kind of waiting on some knights that were supposed to show up eventually? Are those like super far off?
You have no
Yeah,
idea.
we're
how-
waiting
They're
on a
like 2
division of
weeks away.
You don't know how far away they are, how long it's going to be.
Yeah, we don't know. And the thing is, we're just scoping more, trying to get more intel. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm ready. I was just like, wait, Fuck, did we forget about the fucking knights that apparently are supposed to eventually come here?
No. It's just going to probably be a while. So we're trying to be as smart as we can and get as much information as we can.
To answer your question, fuck yes, I am ready to watch Maxwell get eaten by a monster.
Maxwell eaten. Dun 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 dun.
Oh. When we eventually get over there, I remove my robe, my mask, and I put all of my possessions in the bag of holding.
Nim will basically say, like, just follow me quickly. The portal will only last for a few seconds. As he touches a tree and then walks into it.
I walk into a tree.
I go in the fucking tree.
Same.
Alright.
I feel naughty.
Radiant will be like, I'll hold down the fort in case something else tries to attack this place that's not a giant serpent monster.
Have fun.
I'll try to. Don't get eaten much.
I'm not Carrie.
Absolutely no fucking promises.
Okay.
Hopefully nobody gets eaten.
So all of you will emerge from a tree at the edge of that kind of clearing. Now all of you can see that it's kind of like a mound that's partially got kind of trees growing on the outsides of it, as if it would have been like a tree-covered hill. But the center of it has broken away into a large hole. And then there's kind of like almost like a area leading out from there that kind of has like a little bit of cleared away, as if it's like a where the side it crawls out on, which you're kind of facing. So it obviously crawls out in a certain direction every time and has kind of knocked over everything and crushed all the plants and stuff in that direction.
Jerk.
Yeah.
Okay, so spells. Here's the thing. How necessary is the flying?
I think for Max, pretty necessary.
Well, here's the thing, Max. Do you want to be able to fly, or do you want to be protected from acid?
How much does this protect me?
Protection from energy. For the duration, resistance, so it halves all acid damage.
Give me protection.
Problem is you're going to be getting down there. You can't climb all the way down.
Oh, how big is the hole?
It was like a few hundred down. This massive like hole down that has kind of like, it's not straight down, so you can kind of go along the walls, and then there's like a 100-foot drop.
I think I'll fly.
Okay.
Well, I can carry you down there.
But what if we get separated?
You don't want to go down the hole completely, Carrie.
Hey, do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is?
Oh god.
It's fucking rope trick time.
Oh lord.
I mean, it's 60 feet, but it'll get you down a decent chunk of the way.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Back out, skeleton man. You've already said you would.
Nim.
Yes.
Can you still give me the webbing?
Sure.
Hold
Nim,
on.
can you help me if things go wrong?
I'm switching into my
no.
shadow form.
Tell him no.
I
man.
could, depends on the situation, yes.
The bone man needs to learn how to face his fears.
But my friends are pushing me toward this.
I'm giving you
Hey,
as
at
much
least they're not
protection
pushing
as
you
I
off a
can.
tree.
That's true.
I'll take the acid protection.
I go for the
Also,
acid
Max,
protection.
if you're really in trouble, I'll go down there and help you.
I'm coming with you.
I give her a hug.
If Carrie goes down there, I
Don't
will-
touch me.
Yeah, look,
I
I'll
don't
be
let
honest,
go.
If shit happens, I'm going down there.
I hug Kazran.
I'm already coming with you. Or
I
Yeah,
hug Claude.
coming with you.
Claude's
I'm in
insubstantial.
shadow form. No, I still have some substance.
Can I?
Oh.
We're all in this together from fucking High School Musical starts playing.
I didn't get to poke Clyde last time. What happened to the poke
Feels fuzzy, probably.
I'm slightly incorporeal, but I still have to have some.
You're poking Shadow Clawed.
Or the
you
spikes
just go,
wouldn't
you
have-
go through him.
Clyde?
How the spikes hurt me then?
My fingers inside of Claude.
You like feel him, but it's like weird feeling. You know, like you are
Could you not
contacting him.
touch me there? Or could you not touch me there?
I put both my hands inside of his chest.
You kind of just like ooze into him, so there is like a substance to him, but he's like you're like passing into him.
Okay, stop fondling Claude's shadow for.
I'll shoot a web at you.
I cast heroism on myself before going in.
Mm-hmm.
That'll help.
You need to poke Claude. It's strange.
I will not.
I poke you instead.
Oh man, nice.
Spell
Some temp hit
casting
points should help too.
Do I still have your 10 from before?
No, you don't have any temp hit points from me.
It only lasts a minute, so you know it's not gonna be.
Concentration up to a minute. Still.
How much does this give me? Is this a...
What's your spellcasting modifier? It should be 4, I think. What's your charisma?
4.
Alright.
Alright, so I'm
So
at
the
70.
two of you making your way
Sure, man.
down into the pit.
You want some acrobatics?
Yes, you need acrobatics to climb down.
Ugh, I rolled a 2.
Damn.
Maxwell.
Fucking leapt down in style,
Maxwell.
dude.
Yeah, you can, you just kind of like, almost kind of like slide down carefully. Like little chunks of rock and stuff fall as like Claude, like even in his shadow form still, because again, he's semi-solid, you know, he still like can disturb things. It's sort of like your substance is like causing enough to like cause a couple like things to like collapse and kind of like the little rocks and stuff will fall down and clatter down below. But you'll make it. Both of you will make it down to the end, where now it's about like a. I think it is less than 100 feet. I think it said it was like 50-foot drop actually.
Yeah.
There's like a 50-foot drop.
I create some webs.
Yeah. Shadow webs kind of like come out and like like ooze out of him and kind of like he uses them to like drop himself down.
Can I keep a web for him to slide down himself?
They're semi-corporeal. What's the plan, Maxwell?
What's going on down here?
There's a 50-foot drop to the ground into the cavern below. That's covered in, well, bones below the entrance here. You just see the entire floor is covered in layer of bones.
Covered in Maxwell.
Can I stay where I am? Is Claude next to me?
I went down.
Claude went
You
down.
have to go down to get into the tunnels.
You went all the way down?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm going down again.
How are you going down?
What are my options?
You can either attempt to use Claude's semi-corporeal webs, which means there's a 50-50 chance that you will pass through them because they're not 100% real.
I don't like that.
You can leap down. You can attempt to use a rope.
Did Winter's cast jumping on me?
No, you didn't
No,
ask for it.
I didn't ask for it.
And I don't think that would lessen the fall.
Nope,
Oh.
it just means you jump more efficiently at falling.
Doesn't tumble help me for falls?
You could tumble a little bit, I think, to help you for falls.
You could roll acrobatics to try to lessen the damage.
By
You could also
Yeah.
use a fucking rope.
What does that require to go down it?
A rope?
Do I have to roll for that?
yeah, like an
It'd be an
athletics check.
check.
Yeah, not very
That's
difficult.
low.
Well, so I know I explicitly said that I left all of my belongings in the bag of holding, but I also
Could
didn't have a rope to
brought
begin
a
with,
rope.
so...
You could have asked for a rope. I'll give you
You
that
knew there
maybe...
was. You knew there was a drop at the end.
Yeah, I'll give you
Oh,
the,
we
but-
would have given you and rope.
Okay, yeah. I guess I use the rope and climb down it.
Sure. Make a athletics check. You still have to make one because you suck at it.
Well, what if I try to like just fall down there with acrobatics?
You would still
Like
take
Mission
fall
Impossible
damage.
your way.
Yeah, you just would take less damage. You would have
Yeah.
to roll really high to negate 50 or 5d6 fall damage.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
So I'll use. Oh
You're
my
fine.
god! I'm
You're
so
fine
lucky.
getting down the rope. You managed
So
to get down the
lucky,
rope.
Holy shit! Oh. All right, I'm down here.
Okay. The two of you kind of find yourselves on this pile of boats. As I said before, there was 3 like main tunnels that kind of lead off of this area. As you kind of are waiting there, coming down from a different tunnel, you once again hear a loud noise.
You might want to lay down. I will go up against the wall.
You want me to lay down or stand still?
Lay down in the bones. It'll probably just think you're part of them.
Okay, that's a good idea. I do that.
Okay, so you kind of lay back in the bones. The thing will come over, like it did the last time, hork out a bunch of bones, but this time, rather than this time it'll then kind of like move its mouth down and kind of open it up, as then you see crawling off of the ceiling, almost with like little sticky webs of their own, are these tinier creatures, which will then kind of crawl into its mouth and embed itself with the back end of them almost forming some of these like kind of teeth that it has in the middle of its mouth.
Hmm.
Do you want to try to do something, Maxwell, that they told you to do?
Yeah. I kind of wanted to like feel this out and see what happens.
Uh-huh. This is really weird.
Yeah, this is fucked up.
Can I like wait for it to turn around for a sec?
It moves quickly, remember.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I mind read it.
So just opening yourself up, you are overwhelmed. It is not one mind you are reading, but a cacophony of minds.
Oh,
There seems to be dozens of voices. Most of them just have the same words, though. Feed, 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 hunger, feed. You will get the sense that there does seem to be one main voice, but you'd have to try to press into it, and that means you'd have to worry about it knowing you're there.
what was that last line you said? Sorry.
You'd have to worry about it knowing you're there. Remember, if you press deeper into it, it can become aware.
I will not do that.
Okay.
Because I only did this to confirm it was an intelligent creature.
You do get the sense there is a loud voice in there, but you cannot hear it over the cacophony and noise of everything else.
It might be intelligent.
We don't know. Yeah.
I do nothing.
Okay. It'll then head off down a different one of the tunnels. And things will go quiet again.
I'm gonna look up. Do I see anything up there?
Not anymore. You'll notice that these small things had camouflage, like the big one. They seem to be like almost like little like worm things that look like kind of like massive, like I'll say like small sized, like silkworms almost, except their tails ended like on a spike. Which you realize that kind of hard spike on their tails is like a fang that they kind of like burrow into it.
Oh, wait, I just realized, since I heard what it sounded like, I can mimic it now, right?
You didn't really hear a voice.
You mentally heard
heard
what it
mentally.
was.
Yeah.
So I have to, like, audibly hear it.
Yes, to like mimic a voice. It didn't have a
Okay.
voice, as far as you could tell. You just heard thoughts, which, I mean,
You could think like it.
you feel like it probably has some form of intelligence, but you're not sure how much. As far as you know, it could have, in game terms, like an intelligence of 3 or 4. Which is smart, but it's still incredibly animalistic.
Mm-hmm.
You know? it's not like, you know, remember, average human's 10, and animals like 2, so 4 is not much better. So you're not sure how intelligent it actually is. It has some,
Okay.
but it still could be relatively like, you know, food, I eat, you know.
Right.
Smarter than your average deer, at least. Because it
All
ate
right.
all of them.
Does it come back?
Not right now. It's quiet right now, for a while at least. How long do you want to wait, though?
20 minutes.
Okay. You hear more noises, but it doesn't seem to be getting closer. It just seems to be more noises of it moving through the tunnels.
Is he alive in there?
Which tunnel did it go through?
It came out, like, last time you saw it, it came out of tunnel number 1. This time it came out of tunnel number 2 and went down tunnel number 3.
Can I wait 10 more minutes?
You can wait as long as you want. Again, you hear it moving around somewhere, but it hasn't left. And after about, probably, if you want to wait, let's say, an hour, things quiet down.
I wanna climb the rope out of here.
Okay.
Mac. I'll be up in a moment.
Okay.
I'll wait till at least Max is up.
Make an athletics to climb up.
Oh no, this is where I bust my ass by falling.
Oh, fuck.
Oh!
Well, you just wouldn't get anywhere.
Fortunately,
really?
that's just, you get nowhere on your free-throwing rope. If you want to try again,
Sure.
you'll get up there then.
It's a little better.
You'll get up there then.
Okay.
No plummeting for you this time today.
Whew.
Okay.
I'm going to try to stealth down tunnel 3 a little bit.
Okay.
Did you get eaten?
No, I didn't. I heard some weird thoughts, which I assume
My
it's
rolls
intelligent.
are horrible tonight.
I mean, unintelligent creatures can also have thoughts.
Well, this one seemed like more of a hive mind kind of thing.
Fascinating.
It was disturbing and confusing to say the least, and I couldn't make heads nor tails of it.
Hive mind? You know there's more voices than one?
Yeah, there's a bunch of weird creatures that I either heard or saw. I couldn't really make sense of it. It was terrifying.
That's interesting.
I didn't bother to probe deeper because I didn't want it to eat me.
What?
It's been fun.
What did you get, like, any thoughts from it?
Feed hunger. It's hungry, unsurprisingly.
Why didn't you feed it then?
I didn't have any food to give it,
You had
No.
yourself.
You know,
but I
Winter
didn't have the meat that we wanted.
Winter said it's not a bad idea. What if we poison it?
We could.
That would take a lot of fucking poison.
Also, we don't know if
Oh.
it's affected by poison.
What was that?
We don't know if it's affected by poison either.
What about something else, like a virus?
This creature has an anatomy that's very unique.
Give the fucking stick over.
What's a
Do you know what a virus
what is
is?
a virus? What's this virus you speak of?
A disease.
A disease!
Okay. Well,
We give it the plague.
If we
Yeah.
wanted to give it a disease or poison, we would have to find an appropriate amount of it. Force it to either ingest it, or the thing is, depending on its digestive system, it might be resistant if it goes in through there. That's the problem. There are different types of poisons and diseases which, I believe, if you would eat something that would be diseased, it's different than, you know, breathing it in, but we don't even know how it breathes, let alone how this thing works.
I have an idea.
Maxwell developing biowarfare.
Hear me out. What if we get a small creature, and right before it eats it, I polymorph it into something massive so it just expands within the monster's stomach?
The unfortunate thing is I think the size of what you can change it into is limited by the space it can be in.
Fair.
For its transformations. Yes, small cat, yes, meow. Meow.
Oh, Nim, I see you've been carrying a cat with you this whole time. Why have you not told us?
Meow!
It's just like the bird.
It's like the bird.
It's a fucking bird.
It's Schrodinger's cat.
A
With Schrodinger's bird.
bird cat.
Yeah.
Cat bird.
Yeah.
They call it a cat dog.
No, there's no dogs, just birds.
Claude.
I rolled a shit stealth.
Yeah, you'll head down the one tunnel. From what you can tell, this place is in fact a maze of tunnels. These areas might be completely interconnected. It might not matter which one it is, but as far as you can tell, it's very hard. It's very difficult to kind of navigate.
Okay, as soon as I realize that, I'm getting out of there.
Okay.
I am not going to try to navigate a series of...
You hear a strange noise coming from down one of them nearby to you, though.
like, strange how?
It's like a whistling.
Nothing I've heard the monster make before.
Not at all.
Does it sound like air flowing through something?
Maybe.
Can I tell the direction? Like, I'll roll perception.
Yes. Roll perception, though. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can tell exactly which tunnel it's coming down from. It seems to be like... If you're going pretty straight through Tunnel 3, that's the one it seems to lead to. Pretty straight from Tunnel 3. So it's like not any of the offshoots off of 3.
I'll try to head down a little bit more to see if I can get a visual.
It seems to lead into some kind of chamber. There's a slight glow to this chamber from, like, it looks like some phosphorescent mushrooms in the one corner, but other than that, it is fairly dark. From what you can tell, there is some water in this chamber.
There's water that leads me here from somewhere.
You're not sure how deep the water is. It's really hard to tell at this distance, because you're kind of, like, at the edge of the large chamber, and you can see the glowing mushrooms illuminating some of the water. From your vision, you really can't see an edge of, like, the edge of the water. You see, like, cave floor, as far as you can see right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
It seems to be over towards where the water is, out of the light, is where the noise is coming from.
I'll move a little closer.
Okay.
Trying to stay out of the light.
Yep. You'll notice that after you move a little closer, there is water there. It's hard to... The water seems to be a decent amount deep. It's pretty clear, but you're not sure exactly how deep, because again, you're looking into water at an angle.
Can I skirt the water or no?
Sure. You can skirt it for a little while. Eventually, though, it looks like it will kind of block off that part. A large chunk of this chamber is flooded. But then you notice something in the water, in the darkness. A large shape just submerged in the water, where you just see this, like, little tip coming out of the water, making, like, a breathing noise, where the noise is coming from. And out from the body are seemingly, like, these little, like, tendrils that have emerged. It's the creature. These tiny, like, almost little tendrils that are out that seem to be, like almost like they have, like, little mouths at the end. They're gulping water.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm getting out of here.
Okay. You want to make me another stealth?
Yeah. Hopefully this time I actually roll decent. Because I get a freaking plus 12. Okay, there we go.
Okay. You start to head out. You hear voices coming back the way you came from as you're heading out.
I will keep moving quietly, but try to see if I can see anything. You want a perception?
Sure.
And I am looking up on the ceiling as well. I'm looking all around.
Okay. You can see they're far off in the distance as you're approaching. Coming down the tunnel are two figures coming towards you. They seem to be chatting about something.
How tall is the ceiling?
Probably about 50 feet everywhere.
Can I web up to the ceiling?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And kind of just stick up there for right now as they pass.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize a language you're speaking?
They seem to speak in common.
Okay.
The one speaks with a strange, almost grating voice that sounds like metal going together. Are you sure that this is worthy for capture? A beast like this would be dangerous. It is brewed as I am. I will assimilate it. We shall gain power then. Ha! So far, you have been unsuccessful in integrating with its mind, as alien in comparison to your own alien brain. Are you sure I shouldn't take you apart more? I can help enhance you. I am perfection. I am her son. I am a king. Only second to our lord. You're no fun. I don't know why I was sent on this assignment with you. Enslaving some form of slithering beast. What is he thinking? He'll wander off out of your shot then.
Can I web and keep somewhat up with them?
Sure. I'm gonna roll some things.
Roll 20 just crashed on me.
Uh-oh.
What? That's no good.
Okay.
There we go.
It drinks again. It has fed. Its brood have hunted for it. Found more targets, similar to my children. It's clearly quite a fascinating creature. Almost as fascinating as you. But then again, I'm only asked to accompany you because, well, you might need some of my expertise in creating something that helps you. Are you sure we shouldn't wake it up again? Disturb it? I mean, the last time went swimmingly well. It did try to digest you. Or do you want me to attempt to scan it again? My abilities could tell you a little bit more about its physiology. It's a strange, strange creature. To think. The Elder Dragon designed something like this. What happens when man and beast combine for such magical creations? I enjoy it quite a lot. You're annoying. The one of them there looks like a vaguely humanoid creature. You're not sure exactly how tall it is, but it's large. Like, it is taller than a normal man. It seems to have, like, some kind of, like, it looks kind of human, except it's kind of got like these. It's kind of got grayish skin, and has very like loose clothes on. You also see that it has kind of like a third arm almost coming out of the back that looks kind of like a talon.
Does one seem Phyrexian?
Maybe. The other one kind of seems half mechanical. He looks kind of like a bloated goblin, except he's got mechanical spider legs he walks on.
I am not liking this.
Me neither. Well, I mean, narratively, I'm loving
Yes.
this.
My brood, come to me, and we will bind it. You will see him kind of, the tall one, reach out, as kind of like emerging from the ground, seemingly burrowing out, are these strange creatures that have like very nondescript bodies. They almost seem kind of like a little bit of serpentine, with almost kind of like armored heads and one large claw. They seem familiar to you, but you've never seen one before. Two of them seem to arrive. All of a sudden, you'll see one of them sprout wings, and then all three of them will have wings. The other one will gain barbs, and all three of them will then have barbs. Observe.
Knowledge Arcana?
Sure. Actually, no. Roll a knowledge history for me.
Okay. Actually, I get better on history than Arcana anyway.
You remember something like this back in your time. Because the thing is, you still spent some time in Rath after you escaped. These were things from Rath. There was legend of a great hive of creatures that could share mutations with each other, deep under Rath. You never knew much about them, but you heard the rumors of them. He'll have his two creatures kind of fly up and kind of like circle around the thing. You will see the creature then stop what it is doing, kind of emerge from the water. The little like tentacle things will kind of move back under scales that seemingly will cover over them on its body, and it'll kind of like make a weird humming noise at the other. I will try my best to speak with it, but its mind is different than our minds. It has no king. It speaks all at once. It is chaos. We are hive. We are order. This seems boring. Tell me if it tries to eat you again. I'm going to go inspect some things around here. Let's see here. The bloated spider goblin will kind of pull out some things and play around with them. That's strange. I'm getting shadow signals in here. Not just from us. Did you leave a crystal behind? I sure did. Seems to be coming from... the ceiling?
I'm going to try to start moving out of it. Swiftly.
Uh-huh.
Smart.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fascinating. It's moving. Was something else left over? Some other creature. Not an intelligent one that may have been trapped. Fascinating. If I could capture it, I could dissect it.
Bro, you best be getting gone.
Yeah, I'm getting out of there, but I'm trying to be stealthful
Dr.
about it.
Vela would be very happy with me if I brought it back.
Do I recognize that name?
Not at all.
Okay.
you do not leave us. Fine. It's probably wandering around somewhere down here. I'll get it later. As the voice fades.
Yeah, I'm getting the hell out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And then going back up to the surface.
Yep.
Webbing my way up.
Yep. I think we should leave it there, though, with Claude once again emerging, but this time with something else going on.
You know what? It's a theme.
Mm-hmm.
We must always end the show with
Claude coming out of a hole.
Coming out of a hole.
So.
I'm being birthed.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we go around, have everybody shout out who they are, where to find them, and all that stuff, and then we'll end the show here with hopefully next week, talking about some of the stuff that's going on that he saw. Yep. Which I'm sure metagaming, some people have an idea of what's going on. Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking some thoughts.
Yeah.
Not a goddamn clue.
I'm thoughting some things.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We'll do our normal order for giving shoutouts at the end, and we'll start with Mads, who's lying down.
I'm not actually lying down. Here I am.
Oh,
I was gonna say,
off
he has an
screen.
arm.
You're sitting, you're pulling it like this, where I can almost go off screen.
I can move just enough that I was out of the shot mostly.
I
so
see
I
your
was like, yeah,
shoulder.
no. Because I was just mumbling, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there for the past, 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to get as much intel as I could.
You
Yeah,
did
but
good.
You did good, but here's the thing. You can't give us your intel if you're dead.
You did dangerous, but you did good.
Yeah. Not that Carrie cares. This is Mads. Carrie would be like, fuck yeah, that's nice. But anyway, hi, I'm here. Believe it or not, I am actually in the shot now.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. Okay, we'll go to Fish.
Hi everybody, I'm Fish Harlan. This week you can find me putting in my plan to finally rid the world of flat earthers.
Flat earthers?
Society has progressed past the need for flat earthers.
They shan't get away with it this time?
Didn't we, pass the need for them, 2,000 years ago?
Yes!
No, well, it's complicated. They were the source of a lot of good jokes and my cousin's essay material at one point. But we don't need them anymore.
They are a plague upon humanity. Lee.
Even if they believe it's on the back of 4 elephants? It's on the back of a giant turtle?
We're not going a great Atuin with this one, buddy.
Hey guys, I'm just Lee Belmont. I also stream on Twitch. I do a whole lot of speedruns. As of recently, I've been trying to get better at Majora's Mask, and that's been fun. I liked it.
I showed up for that point where you were like, oh my god, you can skip this entire thing!
Literally mind-blowing.
It was a great point to show up for. Joe.
I'm Joe. You'll find me here on Tansis' channel. Not as much as I was. But I'll see everyone Saturday for discussing tabletop.
Yep. Lindsay.
Hi. I'm Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
You're not Lindsay.
That's true.
But
That's true.
you can find me talking about wet water at twitch.tv lionsai.
Uh-huh.
What about dry water?
You can talk all your soggy oxygen needs.
But don't you want to offer them a fresh can of dehydrated water? Yes.
No, that's literally Mayhem's bit.
That's how you fill a pool with dehydrated water, right?
Y'all gotta be careful around that dihydrogen monoxide. It'll fuck you right up.
Yeah.
I'll pour some dihydrogen
Monoxide
monoxide down your throat.
Ooh.
Wow.
Anyway,
It's pretty rude.
Dihydrogen monoxide.
I'm-
Down your throat right now. I said it.
Yep.
Monox puff gas.
I'm Dracovin. I'm here most days. If you're looking for more RPGs, my current RPG schedule is Mondays at 1 p.m. for Records of Evil. That's a lawful evil D&D game set in a modern-day version of the Faerun world. Legacies of Kain on Tuesdays at 2 p.m., also EST, where it's a Vampire the Masquerade game, where they're in South America looking for a tribe of supernatural people that, because a group of the same tribe are now under the thralls of a cult leader that they actually want to talk to. That's a weird one. And of course, this show every Thursday at 8 p.m. And then, of course, Joe shouted out Discussing Tabletop at 2 p.m. on Saturdays. That's my normal schedule. Occasionally I throw some gaming streams in there, here and there. Expect them announced slightly ahead of time. I don't have a schedule for them down yet. But then hopefully we'll have some soon. And some more role-playing games added in there, too, at some point in time. So, I hope you enjoyed the show, everybody out there. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for all of my great players here for playing with me. And hopefully we'll see you here next week for more crazy adventures. But until then, farewell, everybody.